Tim McNulty is the first to traverse the Triton Shores Ballyfast stage to open his Irish tarmac year with a superb time, 36 seconds faster than the opposition. At these tough economic times, Tim might not have rivals such as Gareth McHale and Eugene Donnelly to race with this weekend. But Tim is here to enjoy this great rally, and enjoying it he is, with Paul Kiley beside him, as he commands an impressive 1 minute 22.3 second lead after 3 stages. Inside Kevin Barrett's S11 Subaru, we see just how difficult those conditions are.
Pressed into 5 right, 60.
Pools of water from the heavy rain lie in places, but Kevin and co-drivers Sean Mullally have made a good start in the Triton Shores Subaru. Second fastest on stage 1 and third fastest here on stage 2, the Brennan's Bread Chantallo stage.
Pressed on 1 left and 3 right, tighten 4 right, 40. 3 left maybe continues. And long 3 right narrows, 100.
Stage 3, the Pat Kelly plumbing and heating Tyquin test. And Kevin is second fastest, 17 seconds slower than Tim McNulty. Galway is a warm-up for Kevin's national championship campaign. And although he seems unlikely to challenge Tim at present, second place on an international would be a significant result for the popular Maynooth driver. For Derek McGarrity, things start well in his newly acquired ex-Gwyndaff Evans Group N Evo 10. He's fastest in Group N by 2 seconds on the opener, despite a misted windscreen, but loses a little time on the second Chantallo stage. However, for car number 3, stage number 3 is as far as it goes, as a gearbox problem causes its retirement. Alan Ring dropped those 2 seconds to Derek on the opener, but was 9 seconds faster on stage 2. And by stage 3, the Monster Joinery Evo 9 is third overall, with a Group N lead of over 40 seconds. Behind Alan on the road is Tommy Doyle in his front-wheel drive Renault Clio R3, despite the odd moment like this on the bumpy straights. He's 30 seconds back from Ring in a fine 4th overall. Young Fermanagh driver Willie Moffet is learning his new Lancer Evo 9 and is taking time to get used to the new car in 9th. But Sam Moffet is now in his 2nd season with Evo Power. He's currently 6th overall and 3rd in Group N. He's just 1 second behind Galway's Ross Ford on his 2nd outing in a Group N car, which has some interesting backing from a local councillor. He's having a very interesting time with a sticking throttle in the loop. Brian O'Keefe is one of the few Subaru Group N runners this weekend. Whilst local crew David Quigley and Des Sherlock have slotted their Group N Honda into 8th place overall. Jonathan Folan in his Group N Subaru, meanwhile, is being hounded here by the Honda of Paul Curley. Whilst Martin Donnelly in his Evo and Liam Egan, struggling with a puncture here, have travelled all the way from the USA to compete on the Galway International. Tom White has travelled over from County Wexford to compete and is travelling well down the stages in 10th place. But things aren't so good for local driver Liam Higgins, who has John Connolly tailing him on stage 1. But on stage 2, it's a tale of woe for Liam, as his rally is ended by one of those infamous dry stone walls.
It's on to the second of 3 loops of these 3 stages, and the fans flock to their favourite vantage points, one of which is the jump at the church on the Ballyfast stage. Tim McNulty is the first to take off. Once again, he is fastest and reports no problems with the McGeehan Motorsport Run Subaru Impreza S12. After this loop of 3 stages, Tim's lead is an impressive 2 minutes 20.7 seconds.
Yeah, it's going well. I mean, you know, we're keeping the concentration up. We're not absolutely flat out, but we're not far off it, and we're just keeping the pressure on, you know. It's a long way to the finish line. You can't take anything for granted, you know. I like these conditions. Galway's always like this, so that's what we expect when we come down. So makes tyre choice a bit easier. It's full wets and that's it, you know.
Kevin really leaps the S11 Impreza over the Ballyfast jumps.
Right, 300.
Kevin is content to set his own pace and keep the Triton Shires car out of trouble at this stage.
And 3 right and 5 left. 80. Middle over crest, 100. Over crest, 5 left.
He Can't afford to back off too much though, as Alan Ring is pushing his Group N Evo, and it's critical to keep the concentration levels and the reaction times at their optimum, as the changing surfaces can drag you into the ditch in an instant.
2 right 100, turn back 6 left.
Yeah, I think we're just bedding ourselves in again, like, horrendous conditions. But, like, it's a very long rally. So we sort of said we'd go out, get 3 stages under our belts. But look, we're still second. So, Tim is Tim. Tim always goes from the word go. So, no, we're happy enough with our pace so far.
Alan Ring is also very happy with his pace, 3rd overall and extending his Group N lead to 1 minute 22 seconds. But it hasn't been drama-free.
We've had our own issues. We had a puncture on stage 4 there, and the rear diff nearly gave up on stage 6, so we just changed it there on service. So hopefully that'll solve that problem. But it's still only 6 stages in. It's a big rally. But yeah, so far I think we have about a minute on Sam Moffet, I think, second. So far so good.
Next up is the 2-litre Clio of Tommy Doyle, now just a minute back from Alan despite visibility issues.
The last stage 6, the windscreen messed it up and Liam had to use this thing over here, the squidgy. But apart from that, we've been fine. We were out we just went on an intermediate this morning. We didn't put any extra cuts in it, and so it was bad with the standing war. But then the last loop we had a full wets on. It was a lot better.
Here on stage 4, Ross Ford is second fastest overall, just 7 seconds slower than Tim McNulty. He's now 5th overall and second in Group N. For Sam Moffet, however, this puncture on stage 4 means he's now 40 seconds behind Ross in 6th place.
Just cut a corner and it sucked us in even more. We hit a stone now. It was very unlucky, I suppose. We had to go about another third of the stage just to get to the finish, and we lost a lot of time, so I don't know what way it'll end out.
William Iffety is next in the leaderboard, but over 2 minutes behind Sam, and David Quigley just 1 second behind him in 8th. Tom White is 16 seconds further back in 9th, whilst Brian O'Keefe completes the top 10 as the crews head out for the final loop of the day. Join us for more of the Safety Direct Galway International Rally action after the break.